These are the things that I hate here in Canada. So if you're ready, let's begin. What's up mga Kap? It's me, Kap, Joey of Kap Unity Canada. Let's discuss what are the things that you hate in Canada. For me, I've been here for almost 7 years and counting, and these are the things that I really hate. The first one is the taxes. Yes po mga Kap, there's a 15% tax here in Nova Scotia, and I can really feel the 15% deduction every paycheck that I get when I'm working at a facility. 15%, especially for a newcomer, it's a huge amount of money because that 15% you can buy food instead, or you can maybe buy some winter jacket, right? So, however, mga Kap, even there's a 15%, I hate it, but I completely understand why we need to do this. For me, it's okay for me to be deducted with 15% tax as long I can see the benefit that is coming to me and to my family. Yes, there is a 15%, and of course it's frustrating when you see your paycheck that is deducted with 15%. However, just think about this. You are deducted with 15%, but you're able to get a better services, a free healthcare, a free education. If you have a low income, you're able to maximize or get a child benefit that is $500 per child depending on the family income. Yes, there's a 15% tax. For example, you're getting a $1,000 bi-weekly, less 15%, that's $150. But if you're going to compute, you have a free education, how much it costs to send your children in a private school in the Philippines. And of course, if you have illness and you need to go to the hospital, how much it costs for you to go to the hospital for medical checkup and laboratory. If you are minimum income, you get $500 per month per child, $1,500 or $1,500 per month you can get from the government. So just imagine the benefit that you're able to get by giving 15% tax from your salary. I hate it, but once you understand the benefit is coming back to you more than that you're giving, that's fine. So I've been here for 7 years. I can say that 15% is worth it. Another thing that I really hate here is giving tips. When you go to the restaurant, because I'm from the Philippines, I'm not used to give tips. But you know what? I'm already here, and for me, I really appreciate this is one way of saying thank you to your waiter or to your server or to the food counter attendant or food and beverage server, because they are doing their hard work. Here in Canada, they really value you as a person. They really value your skills. They value your expertise. That's why you are compensated by the time. And of course, if you're giving service, you're going to get a compensation or appreciation by giving tips. So right now, if you're watching this video and you are here in Canada, it's culture that you need to give tips here in Canada, most especially to my kababayan that are not used to give tips. So for me, at first, I really hate this because I'm not too used to it, but you're going to understand that you need to appreciate the people that are serving you or giving a service to you by giving tips. So now, if you are able to give service to other people and receiving these tips, you're going to feel that they value your service and time. You know what? Just a side story of giving tips to mga kap. I own an advertising agency and I manage social media accounts of my different clients, and they are not just paying me my per month service or contract, they're also giving me some tips. It's either monetary or some referral. And this is something that gives me motivation to grow my business. So giving tips, if you're not you're going to hit it, but if you're going to turn the different perspective, you're going to appreciate why you're giving tips. The third reasons or third why I hate Canada is the long wait of hospital. So I have an experience that I went to a clinic. Then after going to the clinic, I need to wake up early, like 5 in the morning, just to make sure I'm in the first line in the clinic. I noticed that going to a clinic now, after COVID, you need to be early because you need to get the number. This number is the number of capacity that the doctor is going to check for a day. So if you're not able to get this number, you will be entertained either in the afternoon or the next day. And there's no phone call or appointment. Actually, there's no more walk-in clinic because you need to set an appointment. So for me, I really hate this because when I'm sick, and you're not feeling well, you need to wake up early morning, you need to line up outside the clinic, and when it's winter and it's cold, you need to feel, just imagine this, you are not feeling well and you are out there outside and you're chilling for cold. So I really hate that situation. However, thinking out of the box, imagine this, you are sick, you go in line, yes, there's a line, but in going to compare it in the Philippines, it's almost the same. In the Philippines, if you need to go to the hospital, especially if you are not in the private hospital or private clinic, you need to have a long and experienced long lineup. It's the same thing. The only difference here is it's free. Yes, there's a long line. Yes, you need to wait outside. Yes, it's cold. I know it's cold and it's not comfortable for you, but think about this, that after this long line, you aren't going to think about the hospital bill, the clinic fees, and the laboratories. This is something that I want you to realize, that yes, Canada is not perfect, but it depends on how you're going to interpret the positive side of being here in Canada. Not all are designed for Canada, because Canada is just, you know, if you're going to treat this as your new or second home, you need to consider what is usual or norm here and what are the culture here, like for the tips, like for the tax, and also the long line in the walk-in clinic. And I just want to mention about the long waiting line in the ER. So one tip that I want you to understand once you are here in Canada is don't go directly to ER if it's not emergency. Instead, go to a walk-in clinic, because if you are in the ER as a nurse in the Philippines, we do a triaging. Triaging is like they're going to prioritize according to your hospital needs or emergency. So if you have headache or abdominal pain or stomach pain or fever, they will rather prioritize a person that lost their limb, or there's a man that is in an accident with a blood loss. So they're going to prioritize instead of you, because you are stable but you experience pain. You know what, guys, mga Kaps, it's frustrating, especially if you're in pain and no one is getting, or you're not able to get an attention, or they're not giving you any remedies. Please understand that here in Canada, it's a universal healthcare wherein everyone can afford or able to go to the hospital. So by saying this, everyone can go to the hospital. So if everyone can do, the only thing that the hospital or the nurses can do is to do a triaging or prioritization. So yes, it's frustrating, but please understand you are not just a patient in the hospital. So if you're not feeling well, go to the walk-in clinic instead, going to the emergency room. So that's the 3 things that I hate in Canada. I hate it at the first, but once you are here in Canada, look at the different perspective, look at the positive perspective, and you will see how blessed you are. It's me, Kap Joey of Kap Unity Canada. I want you to achieve your Canadian dream by continuing and don't give up with your dream. I know there's a lot of challenges coming too. I know the waiting time, the frustrations, the requirements needed to comply. There's a huge burden to you right now. But one thing that I want you to remember is don't give up. If I'm able to come to Canada and bring my family here in Canada, able to establish myself here, I own a business, I'm able to achieve my dream here in Canada. If I'm able to do this, you can do this as well. I believe in you that you can do this. Don't give up. There's a lot of opportunity waiting for you here in Canada. See you in Canada, mga Kap.